All right, so we're going to be doing 2-1 work together. We're going to be working in a sales journal this time. And just to remind you, the sales journal, the only things that will go in the sales journal are sales on account. Okay. Some things that we need to know from the directions is that we're going to be using page 3 of the sales journal. And page 6 of the general journal. And it's also telling us that sales tax is going to be 8%. So let's get started. We're in September. September 3rd is our first transaction. And this is going to be LKL Products. Sold a desk on account for $1,415. So we sold the desk for $1,415. Okay, but there's sales tax. Okay, so the sales tax, 8% on a $1,415 desk is $113.20. Okay, oh, I forgot to put the sale number in here, 422. Okay, so to figure out the total accounts receivable, you'll add the amount of the desk, the amount of the sales tax, and the total is going to be $1,528.20. Okay, so let's continue. The next one is on the 6th. This one is a chair to United Charities, $423. They are tax exempt, so we do not do tax on that. So it's $310 on the accounts receivable. It's a chair, $310. Okay, the next one on the 11th. Sold 3 desks on account to Grayson Incorporated. 24 for 24, and they are desks, 2,400. Okay, so we figure out what the sales tax on 2,400 is, multiply it by 8%, and you get $192. You add that to the desk to get the total amount that they will owe us is $2,592. Next one, on the 16th, we're granting credit. So that is going to be your general journal. First entry of the month, so September 16th. So this is going to be a debit to sales returns and allowances for desks. Document is CM for credit memo 45. And it is $800. Okay. Then we're also going to have 2 other accounts on this. The first one is going to be sales tax payable. And the second one's going to be accounts receivable, Grayson Incorporated. Okay. So the sales tax on $800, 8% of $800 is $64. Okay. So we're not going to have to pay $64 of that sales tax payable. So that's a debit. Okay. And then the entire amount that we have to credit Grayson is $864 because we have to return their sales tax too. Okay, and we're not going to pay their sales tax, so that's why that's over here. Okay, next one on the 23rd. Sold 10 shares to LKL Products. For $33,650. Don't need to do that. Oh, chairs. $3,650. We figure out what the tax on those are, and that is $292, 8%. Add them two together to figure out how much they exactly owe us, and we get $3,942. Okay. And the last one on the 27th, another credit that we're going to be doing. So we have to open the General Journal, 27th. And it's going to kind of look the same way as this one did, where we have sales, returns, and allowances, except for this time it's a chair. So sales, returns, and allowances, chairs. We're going to have sales tax payable. And we're going to have accounts receivable, and that's going to be, oops, this is going to be Davenport. All right, this is a credit memo for 46. All right, so the return was $75. All right, so they returned a chair that was worth $75. If you figure out what 8% of that is, that's $6. So that's the sales tax payable that we'll get a credit on. Well, it's actually debit. But payables are normally credit, so we're going to do the opposite. Okay, and the entire amount that we're going to credit their account is $81. Now here comes your favorite part. We're going to total at the end of the month. And I've already got the totals for you. 83, 72, 20, 597, 20, 39.60, and 38.15. And then we must post everything we see here. So we're going to go through here, one an account and a post. All right, so there's different strategies you can use to make sure that you keep them in date order. But as you can see, if you go through here and do the ledgers first in the sales journal, you'll pull up LKL and post this on the 3rd. Then post the one for the 23rd and put the post references up here. Then go up here for United Charities and post theirs for $310. Customer number 140, that goes up there, and so forth. Okay. then you would go down here for the general journal. And post all of these. Okay. Remembering that when you get to accounts receivable, Grayson Incorporated, you have to post to both journals, the accounts receivable journal and ledger and the sub ledger Grayson Incorporated. The last thing you're going to want to do after you've done the sales journal and done the general journal entries, the posting to those ledgers, the last thing you're going to want to do is come back up here to the sales journal, because we know these are the last entries because they're done on the 30th, and post the totals for these 4 columns. And don't forget to put them in parentheses. Okay, so for instance, your accounts receivable, that's going to be the last entry in there. Account number 1205. Make sure to put in parentheses, and then you're done. Okay, so that's 2-1 work together, and so now it's your turn to do it on your own.